Hello everyone, Miss C here. I've gotten a couple requests for help with my library links page, so I'm going to make this short video just to tell you a little bit about it. As you can see here in the top, this is my class website, and this is a link directly to the library links page. So if you go to Miss Connolly's class website, .weebly.com/library-links.html, you'll show up this page with the Beast Library here. If you scroll down on the page, I have a couple notes for you. I know it seems long, but these were just things I found out as I went through some of my links. The first one is Altalama's school library is unfortunately not available to check out books for. I will let you know when that becomes live. With Open Library, that's one of the links that I have down here. If we go a little bit further down, you'll need to create an account to borrow books, but they are free, and I believe it's an hour of borrowing time. They also have links to audiobooks, so it's a pretty good resource. Using your school email should work. Please let me know if you have issues with that. With Epic, I apologize that there's such a limited selection of books that are good for middle schoolers, so I'm working to get this resolved ASAP. I apologize for that, and I'm going to try and make a list of a couple books on there that I think are at a good between 6th and 8th grade level for you guys. Also, I have added Audible that is free for students, so I have a link here because there's some where they say it's free for a month. This one will be free as long as COVID lasts, so I have a link for that below. Reminder, if you're reading an audiobook, especially for my class, remember to have the physical book or PDF or ebook with you so you can read along. Number 5 here, if you cannot find a book through these links, oftentimes searching the title and the word PDF can help. So for example, if I looked up The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis, okay, I would search The Magician's Nephew PDF, and it popped right up. It was the very first link. I have book suggestions for my 6th graders at this link here. If you click here, it'll take you to my book list here for you guys, and I'm going to keep adding to it. At the bottom here, there's different pages. Make sure you can go to those other pages. You can add, up to 100 books per page, etc. So we're back to the presentation here. That was for the 6th graders. For the 7th and 8th graders, I also have similar book lists here for you. So if you click on the one for 7th grade, I have some books here you guys might enjoy that are at your level. I'm trying to add more as I go, so I apologize if they're not all entirely available. And then 8th graders, same thing for you guys as well. I'm adding as I go. So I believe you guys have about 2 pages worth of books so far, but I'm going to keep adding as I go as well. Okay. So those are for Miss Colvig's students. If you guys are interested and are trying to find some books, those are really good books that I have personally read myself. Let me know if you have any other questions or additions to the library. Please let me know. These over here, these links are typically more for your local library. This is the Epic Reading app. Altalama, unfortunately, we aren't checking out books at this time. Project Gutenberg is a cool site as well. If you go to Gutenberg, it says gutenberg.org. And this is the new site, so it's a little bit different than when I was looking these things up, but you can definitely search by author, title, etc. They have bookshelves here. If you click on the bookshelves, you can find a selection. Here, I'll just go to classics just to kind of demonstrate here. And if you click there, you can click through the different types that they have. If you go to Harvard Classics, this is one where they've taken a lot of the more updated ones, like The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. You have the autobiography of Benjamin Franklin, Notre Dame de Paris, or The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Sometimes they'll have them in different languages. Like here we have Don Quixote in Spanish, so if you're looking for one in English, they have one over here in English as well. Anna Karenina, they have a bunch of different ones here for you. Let me just click on Pride and Prejudice so that we can see. They offer a bunch of different formats in which to read the book too when you click on it. If you want to just read it online, you just click the top one here and you can start reading. It'll give you the cover, it'll start giving you all the chapters. If you have an ebook, if you want to download an ebook, it'll publish and it'll open in the lower corner here, and you just click open, and you can look for an app to open it in the store. But I would probably just choose this one here. Plain text will just literally put the plain text version. Okay, so you can kind of see a little bit about how that works, but I would definitely try clicking on the first format. If you have a Kindle, this will also work with your Kindle. Okay, so those are some of the ways in which you can search. Obviously, if you go to a different collection here, you'll see like Library of the World's Best Mystery and Detective Stories, which is pretty cool. It's a bunch of different stories in a collection here, so you can kind of look through and find different stories that you'd like, and it tells you what the story is. So those are just some of the ways you can use Project Gutenberg. Like I said, they made it a lot better than usually it was just one link, I think, and you had to just sort of type in a book at a time. Another one that you might enjoy is Open Library. This is the one where you have to make an account, but it's super easy to sign up. If you just click sign up in the corner, you put your email address, you choose a screen name, just use letters and numbers, choose a password and confirm your password, and then sign up. That's it. So you can borrow pretty much any book that they have here for free for about an hour. You can look and see here, we've got sponsored books, they have classic books, they have books that they love. One of the books that you might want to borrow is the BFG, or The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. Those are both really great books. The Bean Trees is pretty good as well. Obviously, this is a more little kid's book, but as you can see, they have a very wide selection here, which is kind of nice. If you like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, this is the man who wrote it, Roald Dahl. So if you click on any book that you want to peruse, let's do the BFG for an example. If you want to click borrow, okay, obviously it'll have you log in as well, but it will allow you just to borrow the book. If you want to just read about the book, clicking on the title, giving the website just a minute, I can see it's loading, will open up the like a little mini report on the book. How much it's rated for most people, who's currently reading it, how many people have read it, when it was published. It gives you a little synopsis here, a little summary right there. And it also tells you these different subjects. So if you really like this book and you want more things like it, these are the different keywords that if you click on them, if you click on teenagers, for example, will pop up other books about teenagers. So that's something that you might want to look at too. Or funny, if you look at funny, they might say these books are considered funny. So it's kind of an interesting way to look at books. I would probably go more towards the classics because 9 times out of 10 they're actually really, really good. That's why they're called classics. So this is a little bit about Open Library. That one is also available on my website. Here, Audible. This version is free. So I linked it to the correct link where you just click start listening and bam, you are in. You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to sign up for anything. It is all available. And here's something I think a lot of you will like is they have Harry Potter. So you can listen to Harry Potter, especially if you have the book with you. They have Alice in Wonderland, Anne of Green Gables, a lot of really fun, good books. C.S. Lewis. We've got Brave New World, there's Frankenstein. There's a bunch of really cool ones here. Jane Eyre, Call of the Wild. So these are very, very cool. And I think there's even fairy tales here. You can look at over here at all the different categories. If you go to Harry Potter directly, you will see, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. So that's the very first book, and you can listen to it. The Digital Public Library of America, if you click on that. This is images, text, and videos and sounds from all over the United States. So if you're someone who really likes history, this is a really cool website so you can see different exhibitions. Talk about, like, for example, American aviatrixes, women with wings. So this is an exhibition all about women in the Air Force, and you can explore it and you can find out different things about each topic. So like they'll have pictures. If you go over here to the left, you'll see there's different pages you can check out. It's pretty neat. They have a lot of different materials available, and there's a lot of cool things here to access. Let me go back here. I don't lose my place. But yeah, there's a variety of topics, and they're all updated, I believe, through the Library of Congress. So as you can see, the Digital Public Library of America is a really good place. You can do research. People use it for genealogy to find out about your family. So this is also pretty cool. We've got, women's suffrage, things like that, the pandemic, prisoners, etc. So there's a bunch of different topics on a variety of different historical concepts and ideas. If you go to the Library of Congress website, or the LOC, as you'll see it sometimes abbreviated, right now their big push is for the, women's suffrage and giving women the right to vote, because it's the 100th anniversary of women's right to vote. And they have a bunch of different interesting exhibitions as well that you can use. These things are topics that are trending right now. They have featured items. So if you look at the March on Washington, they'll have different pictures. They'll describe it. They'll talk about, you can look at the different images that they have up. They have different items as well. They have digital collections. If you go to the collections, these are all collections about different historical topics. So say you wanted to look at Civil War maps, they will have a collection of different Civil War maps that you can look at online for free. So that was the Library of Congress website. The last website I have here is archive.org. If you click on archive.org, as you can see, it's Internet Archive is the title. It's the same place where I got the Open Library website. And you can look through because it's quite cool. They have American libraries, they have live music archive, they have Canadian libraries, they have University of Toronto, the California Digital Library, folk soundonomy about folk songs, I believe. They have one for European libraries, feature films, TV archive. So there's a lot of different archives on here. They have the U.S. patents, which is kind of, a little more business-esque. They even have one on the Grateful Dead, which is kind of interesting as well. But as you can see, there's a lot of different collections. If you click on the American collections, you can look at the different libraries and see kind of what they have. The Getty Research Institute is located in Los Angeles, and it also is related to the Getty Museum. And so they have different things, also a lot of them historical. They might have architectures or paintings or art. So if you're interested in those, that might be a place to look as well. If you're looking here at different things here, you can tell this is a book from a very long time ago. Things like that. They have The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. If you clicked on that, you have a book that you can flip through and read as well. So there's, pictures in this one, of course. So they might have some books. The nice thing is also, if you go back to the collections page as well, if you have, like you say you want to look at some, what a European library has, inside there, you can look at the National Library of Scotland, for example, which is kind of interesting. And they have, stuff about the Navy, apparently. That's apparently one of their big topics here. But you can go to the left here and you can click on text, and it will give you just a list of apparently a lot of Navy information. But that's how you would navigate this resource, is by looking through different texts and collections. You can also look by title as well. So that's a little bit about how to use those different links. Some of them are more historical based than others. I hope to find other library links to use as well. Thank you so much for listening, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye for now.